Let me guess, you clicked on this video because something in your business is broken. Not catastrophically, but just enough to cost you hours every single week. Maybe it's the Monday morning ritual of reassigning tasks your team forgot to pick up. Maybe it's the client who had to email you asking if their project was done, because nobody told them. Maybe it's the deadline that slipped because your status board is always 3 days behind reality. You're not unorganized. You're not a bad operator. You just haven't had the right system running in the background doing the follow-up work for you, automatically. That changes today. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build 3 production-ready automations in ClickUp 5.0 that handle task assignment, deadline reminders, and client delivery notifications, without writing a single line of code and without needing a developer to set any of it up. This is the workflow upgrade your business has been waiting for. Hit subscribe, and let's get into it. Before I show you the features, let me give you the number that changed how I think about this. Because most business owners treat manual task management as a minor inconvenience. It isn't. Research shows the average knowledge worker loses over 2.5 hours every single day to repetitive, low-value tasks. We're talking about updating statuses, manually reassigning work, sending follow-up emails, nudging people on deadlines. Work that feels productive but produces nothing. Now multiply that across a team of 5. That's 12 hours a day your payroll is funding work that a properly configured automation handles in under a second. Here's what makes this the right time to fix it. 5 years ago, the automation logic I'm about to show you was locked inside enterprise platforms, Salesforce, Monday.com. Enterprise, custom-built integrations that cost companies tens of thousands of dollars to set up and maintain. ClickUp 5.0 put that exact same engine into a drag-and-drop builder that any business owner can use in an afternoon. No developers, no consultants, no 6-month implementation timeline. The only thing standing between you and a fully automated workflow right now is about 45 minutes of setup. Let's use this video to get you there. All right, into the product. I'm going to give you a 60-second orientation so nothing I show you after this feels unfamiliar. When you land in ClickUp 5.0, you're on the home dashboard. Left rail, that's your spaces. Think of spaces as departments or project categories. Marketing is a space. Operations is a space. Client delivery is a space. Inside each space, you've got folders, and inside folders, you've got lists. Lists are where the actual tasks live. Now, automations exist at 2 levels, space level and list level. Space-level automations apply to every task inside that space. List-level automations are scoped to one specific list. Today we're building at the space level because we want these to cover the entire operation. Inside the Automations panel, you'll see a library of pre-built templates on the left and your active automations in the center. The builder lives on the right side. Every automation in ClickUp is built from 3 questions. When does something happen? If a condition is true, then what action fires? That's the entire framework. You could build 100 automations and every single one traces back to those 3 questions. The first automation I build for every business client is this one, and it's the one that recovers the most time the fastest. Here's the problem it solves. You've got a status in your workflow called Ready for Review. A task hits that status. Someone on your team is supposed to notice, pick it up, and tag the reviewer. Half the time they forget, or they're in back-to-back meetings, or they tag the wrong person. So the task just sits there, aging, while the deadline gets closer. This automation makes that handoff happen in the same instant the status changes. No human in the loop, no reminders, no dropped balls. Click the blue Add Automation button in the top right. The Builder panel slides in from the right. For the When, click When and select Task Status Changes. ClickUp immediately asks which status. Choose Ready for Review. For the IF, click If. We're going to set assignee does not contain your own name. This prevents the automation from reassigning tasks you're personally handling. Small condition, big difference. For the Then, click Then, select Assign Assignee, and choose your reviewer from the Team dropdown. You can assign by role if your reviewers rotate. ClickUp supports both. Hit Save. That automation is now live for every task in this space from this moment forward. 4 clicks, 20 to 30 minutes saved per team member per day. That's the leverage this tool gives you. On to the second build. This automation is for every business owner who's ever had a deadline slip. Not because anyone was slacking, but because nobody noticed it was 2 days away until it was 1 day away. We're building a 48-hour deadline reminder. It fires automatically before every task due date, posts a comment directly on the task, and sends an email to the assignee. And this is the part most people miss. It's smart enough not to fire on tasks that are already complete. New automation. Add automation. For the when, select due date approaching. ClickUp 5.0. Now lets you specify this down to the hour, not just by day. Set it to 2 days before the due date. That's your 48-hour window. For the IF, add a condition. Status is not complete. This is non-negotiable. Without this condition, your automation fires on finished tasks, and the moment your team gets a reminder on something they already closed, they stop trusting the system. One condition prevents that entirely. For the then, 2 actions. Action 1, post a comment. Write something direct and useful. This task is due in 48 hours. Please update your status or flag any blockers by end of day. That language is specific enough to prompt action without sounding robotic. Click the plus sign to add a second action. Send email, recipient set to assignee. Same message. Now they get the nudge inside ClickUp and in their inbox. No excuse to miss it. Save. Every open task in this space now has a built-in 48-hour safety net, permanently. 2 automations live, 1 more, and this one's the most visible upgrade your clients will ever notice. If your business does any kind of client work, agency, consulting, services, freelance, this is the automation that changes how clients perceive your professionalism overnight. Right now, when your team finishes a deliverable, how does the client find out? They email you asking if it's done. Someone on your team remembers to follow up at the end of the day. Or they log into your client portal and just see it sitting there. None of those feel intentional. None of them feel like a world-class operation. This automation makes sure the client gets a clean, branded notification the moment your team marks a task as delivered, with 0 effort from anyone on your side. New automation. For the when, task status changes to delivered. For the IF, this is the guard condition. Not every task in your space is client-facing. By requiring the client email custom field to have a value, this automation only fires on tasks where a client is attached. Internal tasks, team tasks, admin work, all ignored automatically. This one condition is what keeps the system clean. For the then, select Send Email. Now, in the To field, click the dynamic variable picker and select Custom Field. Client Email. ClickUp pulls the client's email directly off the task. You never have to type it. You never have to remember to send it. Subject line, your deliverable is ready. And then insert the task name variable. ClickUp fills that in automatically. For the email body, keep it clean and professional. Something like, "Hi there, great news. Your project milestone is complete and ready for your review. Please log in to approve or leave feedback. Thank you for your partnership." If you want to go further, add a task link variable in the body so the client can click straight through to the task without having to navigate. One extra variable, dramatically better client experience. Save. From this point forward, every single time your team delivers, the client knows. Automatically, instantly, professionally. That's the kind of consistency that builds trust without you having to personally manage it. You've got 3 automations. Before you go build them out, let me walk you through the 3 mistakes I see almost every business owner make when they first launch, because any one of these can erode your team's trust in the system before it has a chance to prove itself. Mistake number 1, no conditions on triggers. A trigger with no IF condition fires on every task in your space without exception. Test tasks, archived tasks, internal tasks, admin tasks, all of them. This creates noise immediately, and noise makes your team start ignoring the automations. The fix is simple. Always add at least 1 scoping condition. Even list is not. Archive is enough to filter out the junk. Mistake number 2. Building too many automations at launch. I know exactly how this goes. You get into the builder, you see how easy it is, and by the end of the afternoon, you've built 15 automations. Your team comes in Monday morning and can't tell what's human, what's automated, or what they're supposed to do manually anymore. Trust breaks down fast. Start with 3 to 5. Run them for 3 weeks. Let your team observe them, understand them, and build confidence in the system. Then expand. Sustainable adoption beats ambitious setup every time. Mistake number 3. Never checking the automation activity log. ClickUp 5.0 has a full audit log for every automation. Every trigger that fired, every condition that passed or failed, every action that executed, with timestamps and task-level detail. This is your diagnostic tool. Check it weekly for your first 30 days. You will find edge cases you didn't anticipate. A status name that's slightly different between lists, a custom field that wasn't filled in on older tasks. Catch them early and the system runs clean inside a month. One more thing before the outro. And this is a feature that's exclusive to ClickUp 5.0 that I want to make sure you know exists. Inside the Automations Builder, there's an AI Suggestions tab. ClickUp analyzes the patterns in your existing tasks and recommends automations you haven't built yet. It's not going to design your entire workflow for you, but it's a genuinely useful starting point when you're ready to go beyond your first 3. You now have 3 production-ready automations you can build in ClickUp 5.0 today. Automatic task assignment, deadline reminders with smart conditions, and branded client delivery notifications. All no-code, all drag and drop. If you want to move faster, I've put together a free automation template pack in the description. 15 pre-built automations for service businesses ready to import and deploy in under 10 minutes. Link is down below. If this video saved you time, the best thing you can do right now is hit subscribe. I put out a new ClickUp tutorial every single week, and next week I'm covering ClickUp dashboards, how to build a real-time business command center that shows you every open task, every overdue deadline, and every bottleneck on your team at a glance. And hit the notification bell so you're the first to know when it drops. I'll see you in the next one.